2 Samuel 5. Then came all the tribes of Yasharel unto David, unto Hebron, and spoke, saying, Behold, we are your bone and your flesh. Also in time past, when Shaul was king over us, you were he that led out and brought in as Yasharel. And YAHUAH said it to you, You shall feed as my people as Yasharel, and you shall be a captain over Yasharel. So all the elders of Yasharel came to the king at Hebron, and King David cut a covenant with them in Hebron before YAHUAH, and they anointed David king over Yasharel. David was 30 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 40 years. In Hebron he reigned over Yehudah 7 years and 6 months, and in Jerusalem he reigned 33 years over all Yasharel and Yehudah. And the king and his men went to Jerusalem unto the Yebusim, the inhabitants of the land, which spoke unto David, saying, Except you take away the blind and the lame, you shall not come in hither, thinking David cannot come in hither. Nevertheless, David tooketh the stronghold of Zion, the same is the city of David. And David said on that day, Whosoever gets up to the gutter, and smites the Yebusim, and as the lame, and as the blind that are hated of David's soul, he shall be chief and captain. Wherefore they said, The blind and the lame shall not come into the house. So David dwelt in the fort, and called it the city of David, and David built round about from Millo and inward. And David went on, and grew great, and YAHUAH Elohai Sabaoth was with him. And Karim, king of Soah, sent messengers to David, and cedar trees, and carpenters, and masons, and they built David a house. And David perceived that YAHUAH had established him king over Yasharel, and that he had exalted his kingdom for his people Yasharel's sake. And David took him more concubines and women out of Jerusalem after he was come from Hebron, and there were yet sons and daughters born to David. And these be the names of those that were born unto him in Jerusalem: Shemu'el, and Shobab, and Nathan, and Shalamah, Yibikar also, and Elisha, and Nepheg, and Yapiah, and Elishama, and Eliada, and Eliphalet. But when the Philistine heard that they had anointed David king over Yasharel, all the Philistine came up to seek David, and David heard of it, and went down to the hold. The Philistine also came and spread themselves in the valley of the Rephaim. And David inquired of YAHUAH, saying, Shall I go up to the Philistine? Will you deliver them into my hand? And YAHUAH said unto David, Go up, for I will doubtless deliver the Philistine into your hand. And David came to Baal Perazim, and David smote them there, and said, YAHUAH has broken forth upon my enemies before me, as the breach of waters. Therefore he called the name of that place Baal Perazim. And there they left their images, and David and his men burned them. And the Philistines came up yet again, and spread themselves in the valley of Rephaim. And when David inquired of YAHUAH, he said, You shall not go up, but fetch a compass behind them, and come upon them over against the mulberry trees. And let it be, when you hear the sound of going in the tops of the mulberry trees, that then you shall bestir yourself, for then shall YAHUAH go out before you to smite the host of the Philistine. And David did so, as YAHUAH commanded him, and smote the Philistine from Geba until you come into Gaza.